Tata, lubi mama. Tata, lubi mama. You say bippity boppity boo? Excuse me? To nije lepo. Sio si ovizuri unaongea na mama kama. How many eggs? 2? Number, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow.
Essa tata?
Here, let me sing. Oh. Salvation back where there is love. Lift me, Tata. I'm ready. I'm princess too.
Wie mama wie?
The jar full of sagumice. No, unaweza kufungua. Unataka nikusaidie? Or like some people are like, I have to, or like autoimmune disease.
Even you see potato. You see mold on sweet potato.
Who?
You see it every time she would open the fridge. She would never.
Who?
Until then.
I have never. Temamattechini, spit on the floor. Oh, you like it? You look so beautiful. Yes, you can. Now, back to Miley. The other day you had some things to say about me in the press. What's good? Bye-bye. Why did you guys not tell me that I still have this in? Got me out here looking like the founding father. Hello, chat. How are you? How are things? I kicked my family out today. Lately, I have been so overstimulated. Like, don't get me wrong, do I love my baby daddy, my husband, my father, the man that is fine, the man that I call my. Absolutely, I love him dearly, all right? Do I love my daughter? Absolutely. She is the best thing that I've ever done in this life. However, I'm exhausted. I'm overstimulated. I need a break away from them, so I kicked them out the house. I kicked them out the house because I needed some me time. One thing to know about me is if I can save $1, 90 cents, 50 cents somewhere, I'm going to penny pitch. And that's the product of growing up in an immigrant household in the States, okay? That being said, I love to do my nails at home, especially if it's like a solid color. I'm not gonna pay you $60, $70 for something that I can do myself, okay? Ooh, I wanna try this red. It has like blue undertones. I'm actually really proud of myself because I shaped my own nails. Are they even? No, but neither is your hair after cutting layers in it by yourself with kitchen scissors. So I don't even wanna hear a dang thing. Something that has been on my mind lately is quite potentially having another baby. Now, Dan does want another kid, and him and I have been having conversations about it more so seriously lately. And let me tell you, I think in theory another baby sounds great, right? Irina will have a sibling, our family will grow, everything is like cute, kosher. It's giving Ralph Lauren family time, you know what I mean? Like, you know when you see those like holiday Christmas cards of like big families and they're just like, oh, life is great, life is good, like I have a sibling, I have 2 kids, and the husband's like, I have a family and it's growing and my last name is carrying on. I feel like that is kind of like the vibe that people are expecting or like wanting. And like Dan comes from a culture where it's like very family oriented, and so does my culture too. Like having 1 kid is like, okay, that's cute, you've done your dues, let's do it again. Like 2 is like the minimum, and I'm just like, hold up now. Whenever I talk about like potentially having another baby, like people are just like, yeah, like Irina, like you don't want Irina to be lonely, like don't you want her to have a sibling, like don't you want her to have this, she's gonna be lonely growing up. And I'm just like, listen, but someone who's the oldest of like 3 girls, like 3 daughters, like growing up, I would have preferred to have been an only child, because the struggle that my mom had to go through, I always say that my mom is or was a single married mom. Like, she really was doing everything by herself, and to be honest with you, a part of me like is still traumatized by the things that my mom had to go through having kids. And I also know that my reality is completely different, but like I feel like I don't want to struggle with having kids, in the sense that I feel like with Irina right now, we are able to travel, which like I know you're probably like, girl, like you're so worried about having monetary experiences. What people don't realize is like, first of all, while money cannot buy you happiness, it can gain you access to like resources that provide happiness. So even with things like traveling, like Irina is the way that she is because she's able to live many experiences, even simply just at the age of like 3 years old. She's able to speak many different languages because she's exposed to many different languages through travel. Like, she's able to have so many life experiences through travel, and it's just like, if we had another kid, it would be very hard to maintain that, not just for her, but also for the second kid, because imagine being born into a family where your older sibling has had all these experiences and you have had not one. Like, having grown up in an environment where my mom had to make several sacrifices, and in turn, like, us kids had to make sacrifices, I genuinely don't want Irina to make those sacrifices as well. And it's always funny because people are like, well, like, I had like 3 kids and like we went through X, Y, and Z and they still came out fine. And I'm like, did they? Did they come out fine? Because they are fighting traumas and triggers that, you know, like, they're not even aware of, number one. And number two, I don't want my daughter to have to like struggle through life. I want her to enjoy life. Like, I want her to grow up and be like, you know, my childhood was good. Matter of fact, it was great. Guys, look at how stunning this looks. I did it on myself for free 99, honey. Also, look at these lovely plants. They are, is she giving Angelica's Barbie doll right now? Yes, but I promise you, she's fallen apart. And you see she's like regrowing again. She's on her last leg. This one just We're gonna act like you didn't see that. My skin has been going through it. Also, I'm so obsessed with my nails. It's giving very like, It's just so sexy and the right shade for my skin tone. Do my toes match my nails? No. Mind your business. Mind your business. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have not been feeling confident in my skin lately. One thing to know about me is that I have seborrheic dermatitis. What is that, you ask? Well, seborrheic dermatitis is essentially what I like to say like eczema's older sister, but it's like, it's not eczema, but you can get it from hormonal imbalances, which like, hello, hello, and also stress levels. I also think you can get it from having an inflamed gut, an unhealthy microbiome. I think I'm gonna do like just a brow and skin tint. I don't really feel like doing the most today. I'm gonna put a hat on anyways because my hair is greasy, honey. You could just scrape the first layer and put it in a pan and fry some eggs. On the note of postpartum, I just feel like, I don't know, like even when it comes to having a second kid, that postpartum period was dire. And sometimes it can be deadly. And I feel like that's something that people don't talk about. Like, people are out here having babies all willy-nilly and not like thinking about the postpartum process as it pertains to them and as it pertains to the child you already have. Like, something that I've talked about is that I had a really bad postpartum depression period. postpartum anxiety, and like, as much as I like the idea of giving Irina a sibling, and my beautiful sweet child, she loves other kids, I think she would be a great sibling, I just do not want to go through that postpartum period while she's very much like present and like conscious of that. It's one thing to be depressed without a kid, and it's another to be mentally unwell, depressed, have mental illness with a kid. I just simply do not want to put her through that. Obviously for myself as well, like I don't want to go through that again. I've had like regular depression, right? Which obviously sucked. I feel like postpartum depression is like a spicier version of regular depression with a kid. You could be in the middle of a breakdown crying about the fact that you're a horrible mom, and they'll be like, here, can you open my graham crackers, please? People oftentimes are so quick to just romanticize like having kids and like multiple kids without like understanding what that really means. I don't know what kind of red I want to use. Do I want like a cherry red or like a scarlet red? Guys, I did a thing. I'm so excited. I got knitting supplies. Here's the thing, right? I feel like I need a hobby. Do I have other hobbies like gardening? Yes, I have like my plants or whatever, but there's only so much I can do with that. Do I read books? Yes, but like books are really expensive and I don't want to read on a Kindle because I have a phone addiction. I am an iPad baby and I don't want to be on my phone reading a book. I feel like that's kind of counterproductive, and like books are expensive. So will I be getting a library card? Yes, but also I don't know, like I used to knit when I was younger and it was just very peaceful, like something about zoning out and just, you know, like just like threading. And like here's the tea, right? Here's the tea. There is something about being young and hot and doing grandma activities. The grandmas were onto something when they said, let me sit on this park bench judging the people that are walking by while I'm making this scarf for my grandchildren. And I love that. The fact of the matter is, when you have a kid or kids, your life revolves around them. And while I love and I'm honored to be Irina's mother, I simply do not want to sacrifice more of myself and more of my time and Irina's time for another kid. I'm not thinking about another hypothetical child when I'm looking at the one in front of me. And I feel like sometimes people get caught up in romanticizing motherhood and possibly having another kid and having a big family. It's one thing when it's concretely your choice, and it's another thing to be pressured by people because you have an idealized version of what family should look like and what it should feel like. And quite frankly, I'm at the phase in time in my life where I feel like my life is slowly coming together. I mean, she's got a new hair, a new color, a new do, a fresh cut. And I'm just feeling more like myself. And I simply do not want to give that up right now because I'm so busy enjoying being a mom to the baby I already have. Oh, Ina, can I get a hug? No, oh, my baby's back home. My baby. Good morning. Oh, I'm looking dehydrated. I'm looking dry. And not me trying to moisturize my lips with my spit when I have moisturizer right here. Hello, good morning. I just had a little 6 a.m. mommy me time before the rest of the horde gets up. But I wanted to close out this video by saying this is by no means a video of me like, I hate being a mom and I'm complaining. No, this is a conversation that I feel like needs to be had amongst mothers, amongst people when it comes to motherhood. Also, I started knitting and this is as far as I got. No, did I undo the whole thing? I undid the whole thing because I'm learning how to cast again and it's getting on my nerves. But once I get the hang of this, it's over for you grandmas sitting on a park bench. Okay, it's over. I am so passionate about being a mom, and that passion also involves being real about the experience of being a mother. And quite frankly, I don't know if I want a second kid. Right now, it's a no. But I don't know if it's a no, not right now, or no, not ever, because there are moments where I'm like, oh my god, I love this, I love this, I love this. And then I have days where I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I could sustain being a mom of 2, and I don't want to take a gamble with that when I already have 1 kid, and I don't want it to be a detriment to her and a detriment to me. Dan and I have had conversations about this, and although he does want another kid, there's an air of understanding where like right now we're in a really good place where we could financially afford things, emotionally and mentally. Things are stable in our house, and there's no harm in waiting to see if I want a second kid. And also, if we don't, that's more travel funds for us. Dan understands where I'm coming from, and although he's like, I want a big family, I want babies running around, he understands, like, although you may want a horde of kids, sir, that financially that would require something that we are not willing to give right now, emotionally and mentally. That requires something that we are unable to give right now. And like I said, I don't want to have another kid simply just to have another kid. You know, there's a lot that goes into that, and I don't want to bring another life, another human into this world simply based on a gamble. The reason why I'm having this conversation is I feel like I'm constantly having these conversations with my friends. Like, they're also like, I don't know if I want a kid, or I don't know if I want another kid. And I'm like, take your time. Because at the end of the day, that is not a decision you can take back. So, I don't know. I don't want this video to come off as negative. And I feel like I've already shared some of my experiences about being a mom. And this is just something that was on my noggin, in my head. And this is me being real. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are in the world. And I'm gonna go make my second cup of coffee. Hey, bye.